Hi, hello all. Today let's discuss the poem Obituary written by A.K. Ramanujan. Through this video, we will have a line by line explanation. Let's begin. A.K. Ramanujan's full name is Attipet Krishnaswamy Ramanujan. He was born in 1929 and died in 1993. He was an Indian poet and scholar of Indian literature who wrote in both English and Kannada. He has written in two languages, they are English and Kannada. And his academic research ranged across five languages. They are English, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, and Sanskrit. He published works on both classical and modern variants of this literature. He argued strongly for local and non-standard dialects. This is very much important. He argued strongly for local and non-standard dialects. He was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award posthumously in 1999 for the collected poems. He was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award posthumously in 1999 because he died in 1993 and he was awarded in 1999 for the collected poems. Let's go through the details of Obituary. Obituary published in 1971. It was published in the collection of Relations. And the structure of this poem is 8 stanzas of 7 lines each. There are 8 stanzas of 7 lines each. And there is no rhyme scheme. It is written in a free verse. And what is the tone of the poem? The tone of the poem is mock ironic. Let us go through the explanation of this poem. The poem talks about how much the death of the father affected the family and what is the legacy left behind. The word obituary means a notice of death in a newspaper including a brief summary or brief biography. Let us see the explanation of first stanza. Father, when he passed on, left dust on a table of papers, left debts and daughters, a bedwetting grandson, named by the toes of a coin after him. So the narrator says here that when his father died, he left nothing for the family, but he left dust on a table of papers, debts and daughters, and a bedwetting grandson. Here you can see the line, named by the toes of a coin after him. That means the grandson's name is a little bit similar to his father's name. We Indians have a tradition or culture to keep the names of grandparents to the children. So here also the little one is named after his name. These lines show the son's dissatisfaction with his father. He is not sorrowful because of the death, but he is more concerned about the duties because his father left many problems or burdens on the son's shoulders. Hereafter, he has to perform all such duties. Duties like he has to pay the debts of his father, he has to marry off his sisters, and also he has to take care of a young child. These lines indirectly says about the typical Indian culture of patriarchy. As the narrator of the poem is the elder son and male of the family, he has to perform all the duties. Second stanza. A house that leaned slowly through our growing years on a bent coconut tree in the yard. Being the burning type, he burned properly at the. A house that leaned slowly through our growing years on a bent coconut tree in the yard. His father left a house that is in a pathetical condition, which is leaning slowly on a coconut tree when the years passes, and thus it is in a bad condition. Next lines, being the burning type, he burned properly at the cremation. The poet calls his father as the burning type. From these we can understand the father was not friendly with him or with his family members. He was a bad-tempered man. We can understand that the father was a bad-tempered man. That is why he says that being a burning type, he burned properly. We can see the humor here lightens the mood a bit and tells the reader that the speaker is not speaking heavily on loss and depression. Next lines. As before, easily and at both ends, left his eye coins in the ashes that didn't look one bit different. Several spinal disc rough. The line continues from the previous one. He burned very easily from both the sides. He refers to the eye coins here. This is related to the tradition of putting coins on a dead person's eyes when they are burned or cremated. The coins didn't burn. Just like the coins, several spinal discs also left in the ashes without burning. Next lines, some burned it to coal for sons to pick gingerly and throw as the priest said facing east, where three rivers met near the railway station. In the last line, we have seen that several spinal discs were left without burning, and here you can see some burned to coal, some burned to ashes. Some burned to call for sons to pick gingerly and throw as the priest said facing east, where three rivers met near the railway station. So you know the tradition of throwing ashes in the holy rivers, and here the speaker mixes traditional and mysticism with reality. Next few lines, no long-standing headstone with his full name and two dates to hold in their parenthesis everything he didn't quite manage to do himself, like his Caesarean birth in a Brahmin ghetto and his death by heart failure in the fruit market. Here the speaker says that they didn't keep any headstone for his father, and they didn't think that keeping a headstone with full name and two dates means birth date and death date, usually we write on the headstones, that would do any justice on him. Everything he didn't quite manage to do himself, like his Caesarean birth in a Brahmin ghetto and his death by heart failure in the fruit market. Through these lines, the speaker calls him incapable, as he didn't do anything for his own. Even his birth was Caesarean in a Brahmin ghetto, and his death also was a heart failure in the fruit market. The speaker is thinking of the father's birth and death. In both, he was very passive and he didn't do anything by his own. That is why he is calling him as incapable. He didn't take any effort. In other sense, he achieved nothing in this world. He has not taken any effort. He was very passive or he was very indifferent and he achieved anything, nothing in this world. Next lines. But someone told me he got 2 lines in an inside column of a Madras newspaper sold by the kilo exactly 4 weeks later to street hawkers. This stanza relates directly back to the title of the poem, Obituary. Let us see the explanation. However, the poet comes to know that 2 lines were written about his father in the Madras newspaper, which is sold by the kilo. Kilo means as junk. The exact time also is mentioned here, exactly 4 weeks later to street hawkers. Street hawkers are persons who offers goods for sale by shouting his or her wares in the street or going from door to door. Next lines, who sell it in turn to the small groceries where I buy salt, coriander and jaggery in newspaper cones that I usually read. These sellers bring the papers to the grocery stores where the speaker goes to buy normal everyday products. Here you can see the speaker buy things like salt, jaggery and coriander in newspaper cones, and he usually reads that piece of newspaper for fun. That I usually read for fun and lately in the hope of finding these obituary lines. Before the speaker was reading the newspapers, when he was buying things, he was reading it for fun. But later, in the hope of finding these obituary lines. And you can see an obituary can be a special way to remember someone who has passed away. In this case, the speaker seems to unaware of the 2 lines that were published in the paper and now hopes to get a glimpse of them. That is why here you can see, and lately in the hope of finding these obituary lines, now he hopes to get a glimpse of them in the paper. The ending lines, and he left us a changed mother and more than one annual ritual. In the end, he says that his father left with them a changed mother. That means she remains sorrowful. And more than one annual ritual. The poet is showing his dislike for the ritual which is celebrated in the memory of his father for his peace. Thus, the speaker says that his father achieved nothing in this world except those two lines. That means obituary, which is appeared in the Madras newspaper, and he could never find it out also. On the other hand, he left an unbearable burden on the speaker. The poem is hence a critic of the speaker's father and his incapabilities. Here comes the end of this session. If you find it helpful, please let me know it. Thank you.